Welcome to Switzerland and the uniquely beautiful Lake Maggiore in the charming and traditional Ascona and Locarno for the second edition of the EUROSAF Club Sailing European Championship. This gorgeous lake, located in the south of the country, sits beautifully before the mountains of the Alps. Ascona is situated on a river delta formed by the river Maggio as it flows into Lake Maggiore, which enjoys an exceptional climate where magnolias and camellias can blossom here as early as March.
We are here for the EUROSAF Club Sailing European Championship 2019 in Ascona. It's a place in the south part of Switzerland. It's an amazing place, beautiful, with mountains, lakes, glaciers, the Alps and the Mediterranean climate. We have here the Porto Patriziale, that's the venue. For the sailor, it's a paradise here. Beautiful valleys, very interesting wind conditions. Lake Maggiore is a great sailing destination.
After last year's extremely successful regatta in Greece and the Sea of Pylos, for this year's regatta, organisers picked the picturesque city of Ascona and the Lake Maggiore. There are many differences between sailing in the deep seas and oceans and sailing on a lake, such as the wind gusts and the size and frequency of the waves. Sailing on a lake is always challenging for the participants. The sailors will need to readjust their tactics and approach towards the competition. However, in the end, the overall experience is always rewarding due to the breathtaking mountain views.
Normally on the lake we have more or less flat water. This means no waves, which means that we have other instruments on the boat. We change the settings of the jib and the main. You have other wind shifts on the lake because of the landscape and the mountains and the valleys.
From my past experience, I've been sailing a lot with my team in a lake or in a sea. We enjoy both. The most important is to have good opponents.
Among experienced sailors with many distinctions, it was a very pleasant surprise that a lot of promising young sailors were also there in order to be a part of the EUROSAF Club Sailing European Championship. This proves that the future of sailing will be more than brilliant. The 14-year-old skipper of Segal Club Stepha, Simon Kaiser, was one of the greatest examples of this. Let's meet him to learn more about him.
My favorite sailing class is 420. I prefer a lake because I'm more used to it, to sail at the lake. My first thought in the morning is, when am I sailing again?
All sailors were ready to hit the start line for the first race day of the EUROSAF Club Sailing European Championship. The special and stable weather conditions of Lake Maggiore, with its light winds early in the morning and the thermal wind around noon, led the race committee to postpone the race until noon. Luckily, 2 hours later, the thermal winds of Lake Maggiore picked up and the race began. After 13 races alongside the course's stunning landscapes, the Swiss sailors of Regatta Club Oberhofen had taken the lead. But teams Lefkas Youth Challenge from Greece and the locals of the Union Yacht Club Vertice were following close behind.
Today we were really lucky with the wind. We got very nice conditions for racing. It was light, medium winds and very shifty. It made it really interesting. In the beginning we were a bit rusty. We never sailed before together, or I never sailed the J70 before. But we really enjoyed it. It was very efficient from the race committee with the changes, no problems with the boats. And I think everybody had a lot of fun. In the end of the day, everybody improved, but the level was higher and higher in every race. So I expect that the next days is going to be even more exciting and interesting. We are just looking forward for what's to come.
On the second and third sailing day of the championship, as usual, the thermal winds of Lake Maggiore appeared in the early noon. After short postponements on both days, the sailors battled hard in their quest to claim a place on the podium. Regatta Club Oberhofen managed to maintain their lead, with Union Yacht Club Wörthersee very close after succeeding to overtake their opponents. They stand in second place with Yacht Club Bielersee, and Lefkas Youth Challenger following behind. The last race day will be crucial for all the participants on their route to become the next champion. This flawlessly organized regatta is governed by an umpired fleet race format. This type of arbitration provides direct decisions on the water, transparency in the results, and minimizes protests.
Umpired fleet racing is something very good because all decisions made on water, and after the race we have a clear result for everybody, for the sailors and for the race committee, and you don't have to go to a protest committee. It's also for the sailors a good thing because they have a perspective from their boat and the other boat has another perspective, and we stay outside, and so we can see which is the right way boat and who has to take a penalty if it's needed.
On the final race day, due to low winds, the race committee decided to postpone the race until further notice. Unfortunately, in the end, owing to the persistent rainy weather conditions and the absence of thermal winds, the race committee didn't allow the race to take place. The promising young Swiss sailors of Regatta Club Oberhofen, because of their great performance in the preceding days, celebrated their win. The Austrian sailors of Yacht Club Wörthersee came in at a close second, while the Swiss crew of Yacht Club Bielersee concluded the podium.
We had a beautiful championship here in Lago Maggiore in Ascona. Beautiful conditions, we were really lucky with the wind. 3 days of really nice thermal breeze. The level was higher than I expected to be. We had 4 boats who could win all the championship. It was a really tough racing after the first day. It was really close on the points. We had like a 1-point lead. Second day we just needed to race solid and save as many points as we can. We extended the lead a little bit, and yesterday we managed to sail quite well. And sadly today we had no races, so it was a really nice experience for all of us and a really good regatta.
It was a great victory for the youth team and a strong message to the European sailing community about the future of this impressive sport. The winners enjoyed their claim of the trophy for the second edition of the EUROSAF Club Sailing European Championship in Ascona and Lake Maggiore.
Here we are at the last day of this European Championship. I think we had a marvelous time and so far. The event was great sailing, wonderful weather. We were very lucky with the wind. Let me say something about sponsoring. This European Championship without great sponsors would not have been taken place. I would like to say thank you to the banks, to the sport, the Swiss Olympic, the sport municipalities, and so on, the Porto Patriziale. Without these sponsors, we would not have made it.
Celebrations followed, with teams congratulating one another and confirming that they will meet and compete again at the next EUROSAF Club Sailing European Championship. The event was closed by a glamorous award ceremony held in Lido Ascona, where the winners received their awards and the warm applause of their fellow competitors. It was a memorable and well-organized sailing event in a wonderful location with special sailing conditions. The regatta in the unforgettable Lake Maggiore involved tension, precision, high emotions, and thrilling battles among the competitors. EUROSAF Club Sailing European Championship will be back.